Yo, today I'm gonna go over my trade for today. Pretty nice, beautiful trade. It was Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. So yeah, let's get into it. So going into the morning, or going into the whole day, I kind of wanted to see an up move. When I was kind of doing my overnight session, I really wanted to see. Go on replay real quick. Well, let me put a line actually. I think this will be easier. So this yellow line was like before market open. So anything after that, you can kind of just ignore it. But yeah, going into the day when I was doing like my analysis, I really wanted to see these equal highs get taken. That was kind of my bias. I really wanted to see either price come up here, take out this, and then maybe in the morning we could find like a continuation short setup. So like say like this, take it, and then take that. Give me 1 second. Back, sorry, someone called me. But okay, yeah, like I was saying, going into the day, I really want, or when I was kind of last night looking at the market, I really wanted to see either come up here and then maybe catch a continuation move when market opened around this area to then go back down. But I either wanted that or price to come down into OTE of this range. Purple's OTE, and I want to see it come back and maybe get a bounce up to then get these equal highs. Kind of just having a couple different scenarios in my head so I can be prepared. Um, but yeah, price ended up moving really cleanly today, and I was pretty happy about it. So yeah, price. So when I looked at price came down into OTE, and when price comes down, like a little trick, when price comes down to OTE, it's this can be like a certified bottom. You know what I mean? Like you can prepare for price to be like never come back to, not never, but like not to come back during the session or whatever. You know what I mean? Um, like it won't come back to the slow because then this is like a real bottom, and you can just kind of, or obviously you have to see like market structure as well to confirm. But yeah, so once I see price tapped into what's it called, into OTE overnight during London session, I well, I wasn't awake at that time, but when I did wake up, I see price was in OT right here, the higher time frame, and I was reacting off of 1 hour for value gap, and then I seen this 30 minute right here, and I had the 15 minute and the 30 minute for value gap both marked out, but I just kind of liked how the 30 minute looked more cleaner, so I left that one. And if you look here, price also reacted off OTE of this range as well. So price is very fractal as we all know. So like it's like models within a model. But yeah, so one thing I was kind of looking for in the morning, let's go back to the 1 minute. So we know price is reacting off this 1 hour, so I'm just move this out of the way so it's a little more cleaner. So what I wanted to see when I woke up around this time, around 9, looking at the market react, I seen that price had this really nice generated liquidity. So I was kind of like, all right, you know what? Like this looks really obvious to me. We're in OTE of this total range of the higher time frame range, this range. Um, So what I'm gonna wait for is I'm gonna pull out my fib and wait for price to come back to OT or discount of this range until the model shows itself what I want to see. And so price eventually touched OT, this box right here. Let me just mark out this low so you guys can kind of get a gauge on the range. But yeah, so price came back to this range and take off so you guys know it's an OT. So I took this off. And one thing I really wanted to see before the 30 minute candle close, I wanted to see this 30 minute fair value get respected. Because during like six or let's say like 5 minutes before market open, price was like around this low. Let me take all this stuff off actually. It'll be a little more cleaner. So I wanted to see this box, obviously fair value get respected. And so luckily it did that. So that's why I was kind of focusing. So during this time, I wanted to see price trade into, because look right here at 924, price was below this fair value gap. So during this time, I wanted to see price come back up and respect this. Because if price did that, then I'd be pretty confident in this drawn liquidity. You know what I mean? And this right here also, forgot to show you guys. Price had some really nice equal highs right here on ES. So the same highs that I was targeting for NQ, this high. Obviously, they had a bearish SMT, but I still kind of wanted to see these highs because ES had really nice clean equal highs. I wanted to see that, or I see that area taken. So once 925 happened, I seen price trade into back into the Fair Value Gap, and we got displacement. We got to close above this high, and we got our entry model. This is all I wait for. All I wait for is this. This is my entry signal here. This exact pattern right here is like golden. This is all I trade. So yeah, so once I seen that, I was like, all right, cool. I got this. So, but the thing is, that happened before market open. So I usually don't like to trade during market open because then price, opens up a bunch of liquidity. But once the model presents itself, you just kind of got to take the trade. So yeah, once I saw price trade back into here, I entered a position. I wanted to see this fair value gap get respected. This was kind of what I wanted to see respected in my head, and obviously, fractal come back to discount or OTE, and so price tap discount, and I was gonna enter off this candle, but I was kind of hesitant because I wasn't sure if exactly I wanted to open or open a trade before during pre market. But once I seen this candle close inside this value gap, and I seen this kind of open bullish, I seen this kind of flip because it went down, flipped, entered my trade. My fill is like right here. I had a nice little stop right here, and my overall target was this high for a nice 5.5 R. This is like a beautiful trade. Like usually my best trades are usually 4R or 5R, and this was just like a beautiful trade. So yeah. So once market opened, I kind of had an idea. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, when I entered the trade right here, I was like in my head, I was like, all right. Obviously, we know when market opens, it's an ejection of a lot of liquidity, meaning like price is gonna run somewhere. So once I entered, I was like, well, my main thing was I really wanted to see price or the bell open, just just run price up. If I seen it kind of come down here, then like obviously I would have got stopped out. But like I really wanted to see price. I wanted to see what was the word I used. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, I finally figured out that word. But what I wanted open to be, I wanted open to be the driver for price to go take the draw on liquidity. And my overall higher time frame was these highs, these equal highs up here. But I was fine with this move right here because when you trade a funded, like I just took my move. A 5 to 1 was perfect. You know what I mean? I'm a true scalper at heart. I like to see my quick moves quick. And so once market open, we had this huge candle. This huge candle. We had about a 50-point candle. Is this 50 points? Am I dumb? Oh, no, I'm wrong. It's like 30. But once I saw this huge candle from open, I was like pretty confident that that's what price wanted. So yeah, so let's get into it. So we saw another big candle, and I had this was kind of my partial point. Once price got to this high, I took off like a quarter of my position. Buy side liquidity, and then price started. Then boom, price took it, took some contracts off, and then price was kind of dancing around. And also, what kind of made me nervous is price made SMT between these highs. So, because ES never took these highs yet, so you kind of want to be aware of that. So at this point, I was already at stops at break even. Like I was fine with the risk at this point. But let me see. Yeah. So with the once price just shot up, hit my TP perfect, and I forgot to mark out standard deviation. You could really use both standard deviations. Like you could use this one, but this one didn't really have a clear like. You want to see the 2.25 line up with liquidity perfect, and you can see like price also just placed above this high. So if you look up, down, up, down, up, and we never got a kind of retracements right here. The retrace was right here, but it's fine. So if you look at this standard deviation point, price line up with liquidity, pretty nice. Right here, perfect. So yeah, so and then price eventually ended up running up, and it took out my other point of liquidity. It was super bullish, and it was honestly super bad shoe. Like the narrative for this past 2 weeks have been like prices like moving really terrible. Because look at this, like imagine if I didn't catch a trade before open, and like I would have just been stuck right here. Like look at this candle right here, disgusting. Um, but yeah, so just and then eventually price ran up to the higher point of liquidity, and it's just a 1 hour for value gap. So yeah, pretty easy, nice textbook trade. This is literally a textbook trade right here. Like it doesn't get no cleaner than this. Like exactly what we want to see. Generated liquidity, sell side of the curve, then you want to see the buy side of the curve take out this liquidity relatively quick, and yeah, just perfect market structure shift, smart money reversal, OC of this total range. This is another A plus setup. One thing that would have made it a little better is maybe an SMT, like maybe around right here, right here. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, hit me up. Yeah, peace out, boys.